Good afternoon. Welcome to the March 24th, 2025 meeting of the Boulder City Parks and Recreation Commission. Call this meeting to order. Have these minutes been posted in accordance with Nevada revised statute?
Yes, they have.
And do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
Thank you. All rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Thank you. I wanted to introduce our newest member, Lauren Zafransky. Welcome.
Thank you.
And as usual, we're joined by our student representatives, Abby and Sochi. Thank you for being here. We'll open it up for public comment. This period of public comment, items must be limited to items on the agenda, and speakers have 3 minutes of time if they wish. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak? Do you have any written comment?
No, we don't.
And I assume there's nobody on the phone?
Not at this time.
If anybody would like to call in and speak, you may do so by calling 702-589-9629. We'll give callers just a couple of minutes. Again, this is a public comment period for Boulder City Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Anyone wishing to comment may do so by calling 702-589-9629. Hey, last call. Any callers wishing to speak may do so 702-589-9629. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Move on to agenda item number 1, approval of minutes of the last meeting, January 27th, 2025. I have a motion to approve those minutes. Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Hey, we have a second. Thank you. Any discussion on the minutes?
One discussion.
Go ahead.
Is it normal for the signature page to not have signatures? I don't remember if this is
On the.
what we received in our packet.
That actually will get signed
You talking about the minutes that we just
for
approved?
January.
Yeah, we just approved them, so I'll sign them after this meeting.
Yes, they have to be approved first.
And so, Chad, the copy in your packet, I believe, is some technical difficulty with a typo, because instead of it being a solid line, I think it looks like it's a square, 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 square.
Yeah.
But actually, the minutes that will be for the record and that will be signed today do have the normal signature line, and will, once approved, those normal signatures will be where that line should be.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for pointing that out. Any further discussion on the approval of the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Item number 2, it's overview of the recreation projects and administration items by Director Julie Callaway.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and I would like to just start by welcoming our newest member to the commission, Lauren Zafransky. She may look familiar to some of you. She was previously an employee in our city attorney's office, and she also has a law practice in town currently. So welcome to the team. I also want to announce that we have a new aquatics coordinator. She has been with the city for almost 7 years and has been the acting city aquatics coordinator for the past 5 months. and has done a great job. So I'd like to recognize and congratulate Sierra Biggs for her full-time position as the aquatics coordinator at our pool. And you'll hear from her later. So I've provided you with the list of the special events that are currently on the books for the next 12 months. As you can see, we're very, very busy. This weekend alone, we have several large special events, including one starting Thursday afternoon where the Boulder City Police Department will be recognized with a special event. There's also a beer fest downtown, a car show at Veterans Memorial Park, and in the desert there will be a one-wheel race going on over the weekend. So they're very, very, very busy with special events this time of year. People like to take advantage of the beautiful weather. I do want to thank the office assistants, Linda Estes and Gia Franz Lopez, for their great job keeping me organized and making sure that special event preparations are streamlined so that it makes internal processes easy, along with making it a seamless process for the event coordinators. Just to give you an update on some projects, the shade structure was replaced at Bicentennial Park. We coordinated with the the Public Works Department to remove the playground equipment at Del Prado Park. If you've driven by recently, you can see that there's definitely a bare space at Del Prado Park while we're making room for new playground equipment at that location. We did start this project and notifying the public about 6 months ago, where we placed signs out at Del Prado Park that did have a QR code associated with them, that if passerbys or park users were in the park, they would have the ability to scan the QR code and actually go to a survey, which would give them a little bit more information about an upcoming project for Del Prado, and they would also have the ability to provide some feedback. We received over 40 responses with the signage that was out at Del Prado and the different visitors that were there, and they gave us lots of suggestions for upgrades for that park and the playground area. So moving forward in the next couple of months, you will see some new playground equipment and safety surfacing going in at Del Prado. I do want to just make you aware that prices of things continue to go a little bit sky high. So while we would love to go into every park and completely improve it from top to bottom, from safety surface to equipment to shade to new bathrooms, et cetera, some of the improvements that we do have to be done in phases so that we can afford to do them. So the first phase of Del Prado will be removal of the existing equipment on the park that is closest to Utah Street, and removal of the existing sand, which was the safety surface. We'll be having a new safety surface and also new playground equipment installed in the first phase, which should take place hopefully in the next couple of months, pending us being able to have a timely receipt of the new playground equipment. So that's definitely on the horizon. Staff is working on updating the rules and procedures for the Parks and Recreation Commission. Several other city commissions, like the Parks and Rec one, has not been updated. Their procedures have not been updated for several years. So we're working with the city clerk's office and the city attorney's office to improve all of those kind of in one fell swoop. Once the recommendations have been made, it'll come to this board for your eyes to be on it as well, for you to make any suggestions, for the public to see it as well. No major changes at all. Just procedurally, we do things much differently than we previously did, and the council's changed things like public comment is only for 3 minutes and different things like that we just wanted to kind of have a clean procedure that fell in line with how other commissions in the city are operating. So that'll come down in the future. I am happy to update that we are moving forward with the new swimming pool project. We did go out for request for qualifications. 9 firms submitted their qualifications. We've narrowed it down to 4, and next week we will be meeting with 4 design firms, and the committee will decide which firm best fits the needs for our city and the one that seems to be the most responsive and that has the most experience for our project. So that's very, very exciting that that's moving forward. I do want to thank Department Secretary Sherry Bunk and the other staff members on improvements to the website. One thing we've really tried to do is provide as much information on our website and through social media outlets as possible so that the right information is getting out there for not only residents but also visitors as well. There's a new page that has information on the Dry Lake Recreation Area, on park projects, on upcoming things like the pickleball courts, and an interactive map of park locations throughout the city. Speaking of pickleball, construction has moved from mid-March to mid-April, and we anticipate a 90-day construction period for that project. Our department is really trying to proactively make sure that all information is communicated accurately to the residents. Social media and our city website is the #1 place to go to for any information regarding parks and recreation projects or repairs or street closures for special events and anything really pertaining to Parks and Rec. But of course, you can always call our office as well for updates. Any questions?
Any particular reason why the delay on the pickleball construction? That's a couple of months in a row, we've moved it back.
You know, I unfortunately, I am not sure. I believe it had to do with scheduling with the contractor.
So do we have a firm date, and can we hold them to that date?
Last I heard, it was mid-April, and our Public Works Projects Coordinator is the one that's facilitating that. So I do not have a solid date. Last I heard, it was mid-April.
Okay.
And I do believe part of the reasoning was the weather conditions in March.
Yes, it's a terrible day today.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think it was too cold to have an adequate, surface for new concrete to be poured. So,
Anyone else? Okay, go ahead.
Quick question. Do we have any status on the Wilbur Square and the Shane Patton Memorial?
so tomorrow there is a agenda item going before council regarding a license agreement and instructions for how they need to install it, and an agreement for that, and a site plan for where it's actually going to be located. Still in the same general area, right, kind of in the middle of Veterans Memorial Park, up against the planter that's in the center section. And it has a smaller footprint going out, and then does have wider sides so that it's ADA accessible. So that'll be viewed by City Council tomorrow and potentially approved to start that project.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, next item is matters pertaining to the golf courses, and again, that's Director Callaway.
Thank you. Moving on to golf courses. Business at both courses continues to thrive with overall rounds and revenues holding steady in comparison to last year. Golf maintenance includes mowing, weeding, trimming, along with irrigation repairs and bunker maintenance. The municipal golf course turf reduction, water conservation design is in the final stages, and the next step would be to go out for bid for a company to actually construct from the design plans. We anticipate November to be a construction start date, which is going to be very beneficial as far as the growing of grass and it coming back in to avoid summertime temperatures. So when that construction starts, we'll close 9 holes at a time and continue with the overall goal of being able to have a more efficient irrigation system and really have overall water conservation for the Muni course. Golf professional Carl Larkham is focusing some of his efforts on increasing the rentals at the pavilion. He and his staff have focused on the wedding market and have gone as far as to include a bridal suite, so to speak. They have had several visitors come out to view the property to potentially book it for weddings, and they found that there was two kind of reoccurring issues with why maybe people didn't rent it. One was the carpet. The other was that there was no designated space for a bride to actually get ready on premises. So they've created a bridal suite on the very back of the pavilion where they have the partitions. They've included a nice throw rug. They have vanity lighting for the bride and her bridesmaids to get ready for the event, and couches, and just a nice relaxed environment, so that would be one less stumbling block or one more way to have them secure that facility for future rentals. So he's been very, very busy. If you go on the Golf Boulder City website, you can actually click onto the calendar for Boulder Creek and see the events that he has. He does everything in the pavilion, including memorial services and anniversary parties, retirement parties, of course, golf tournaments and weddings and receptions and rehearsal dinners and a little bit of everything. So he's definitely working that aspect of the pavilion. We do have NCAA Division II National Championships for golf coming back to Boulder Creek in May, the 12th through the 17th. If anyone is interested in volunteering, let me know. If you want to just take a closer look, you can stop by the golf course at Boulder Creek during that time and kind of get a glimpse of how big of a production it is and how many people it really brings in from across the country to participate or coach or be a spectator for the national championship. It's pretty neat that we're inviting them all to Boulder City, and they just have lots of compliments about how the course is and really enjoy playing here. And that's it.
Thank you. Questions regarding golf courses?
I do.
Go ahead.
When's that tournament?
The NCAA?
Yeah.
May 12th through the 17th.
Thank you.
Does that mean I can put you on the volunteer list?
I know. Sounds fun, actually.
Anything further? Okay, moving on to the Recreation Division, and we'll hear from Recreation Coordinator Michelle Fuller. You got a walk-up song.
Hi, everyone. I handed out the new brochure. It's going to be through August. And then you'll see in there that we have a new gymnastics teacher. Her name is Jaden Van Dyst. We had our old gymnastic teacher. She retired, took another job somewhere. So Jaden took gymnastics when she was little with us. And so it's nice to see her coming back. We are still in the process of hiring the new teacher for the gourd making class at the Art Center. Tiny Tots numbers have been steadily increasing. We have 15 kiddos now in the 3 to 4-year-old class. Our new sock workshop was a huge hit. We actually made our max number. All the students absolutely loved it. And then Safekey had their spring break last week. They did a number of activities, such as swimming. They went to Rubens, and then they had a scavenger hunt. So, and then that is it for me. Do you guys have any questions?
Thank you. Any questions for Michelle?
No? Okay, thanks.
Thank you. And now we'll hear from Assistant Sports Coordinator Bridget Martano.
Good afternoon. We're going to start with adult sports today, this time. So our winter men's basketball league finished in February, at the end of February, with Woodbury Law winning the championship game. Our spring co-ed softball is currently in their 5th week of games. They play on Sunday nights. We have 7 teams this season and like 70 players. Our spring women's volleyball is currently in their 4th week of games. They play tonight, and this season we have 8 teams and about 80 players. Pickleball open gym is still being played 6 mornings a week with steady attendance. And then for our youth sports, we wrapped up our K through 2 floor hockey and our 3rd through 8th basketball leagues earlier this month. The 3rd through 6th grade floor hockey games start tomorrow. We have 53 kids registered, and they are playing on 6 teams. T-ball, coach pitch, baseball, and softball is coming up. The clinic is April 5th from 9 a.m. to noon at Hemingway Fields, and the opening ceremonies will be Thursday, May 1st. We're currently prepping for summer camps. There are 2 age groups again this year, the 4 to 7-year-olds and then the 8 to 14-year-olds. The registration is available on Rec Desk right now, and it includes the cheer camps, soccer, t-ball, floor hockey, basketball, pickleball, volleyball, multi-sport, and science camps. And that's it for us. Any questions?
Great. Any questions for Bridget?
I just have a couple questions. Now that the ARPA funds are no longer funding youth sports, have the numbers declined? I see my daughter play, but I don't see the other groups, so I don't know if their numbers were as down as her groups were.
Go ahead.
Thankfully, they really have not, noticeably declined at all, which is really nice because we associate that with kiddos maybe being introduced to rec sports and liking it, and it was offered for free, so they had that opportunity, and now we've got them. So they continue to enjoy the sports and sign up, which we love.
Okay, and this is just a suggestion. I know youth sports, number one priority is to have fun and get the kids out there, get them active. Other ideals would be to learn the game and then improve as you play during the season. And I know the first couple weeks of practice happens and then games. And I think that the program may be more beneficial for the parents involved to see improvement through the season. To have practices, if it's sacrificing a couple games to get the kids together to work on the things that they're having problems with, to work on fundamentals and to address the game situations that are coming up, but they don't have the time to be instructed as to how to handle it. So that's just a suggestion, and I kind of think of it like a dance recital or piano recital where the parents come out to see this is what the kids have been working at, and if it's the same as it was in week 1 as it is at the end of the season, hopefully the kids are still having fun, but maybe the parents will be more supportive if we have that aspect in there.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments, questions on that topic? Okay, we'll move on to item 5, which is matters pertaining to the aquatic division. And we'll hear from Aquatic Coordinator Sierra Beggs.
Hello. So we have had 8 new lifeguards start officially at the beginning of this month. We are going to hold another lifeguard class at the end of April, and we will have, we already have about 6 students that are ready to enroll, but we're willing to take more if anybody knows somebody that wants to lifeguard. And we are working on hiring another cashier so that we will have 4 on staff. We've had 3 for a while, but we think it'll be more beneficial to have 4, especially in the summer season. And then I spoke last time about the adaptive swim lessons that we were starting. We've already had 2 families that have taken advantage within our first month, and we've had several reach out that want to wait for warmer months. But hopefully they will come back to us this month or starting in the summer. And then as far as Bubble Down, we will be closed May 2nd after swim team leaves, so approximately 5 p.m. that night until the morning of May 19th, as long as everything goes well. And we'll have a soft opening that week so we can have some lifeguarding in services, and our kids are still in school and stuff. And then the following week is Memorial Day weekend, so we will be having our real opening for the summer season that week. And that's it.
Okay, any questions for Sierra? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item, number 6, is regarding Bootleg Canyon mountain biking aerial trail system, and we'll hear from Director Callaway again.
Thank you. Bootleg Canyon is busy this time of year with bike races, foot races, and mountain biking clinics. This time of year, we typically have about 3 events a month. Along those lines, we try not to oversaturate the mountain so that it's kind of a balance of events and then still having it open to the public for residents to use or visitors from out of Boulder City to come and enjoy the mountain biking at Bootleg Canyon. The contract with the new zip line operator is in the final stages with some contract negotiations going a little bit back and forth. The current contract pertains to getting the zip line operations up and running and to really have a solid foundation for that program. There is no opening date as of yet, but hopefully in the near future, we'll have a signed contract ready to go where all parties agree on the terms of it so we can get the zip lines back open and get some visitors and Boulder City residents out there to enjoy flying through the Bootleg Canyon. Any questions?
Is there a plan for transportation up the mountain similar to what the previous company did?
Correct, that will be their responsibility. The Zipline Epic Adventures, it will be part of their contract to do transportation up the mountain for their participants.
Who maintains the road when that?
That's part of the negotiation. Yet to be ironed out.
Very good. Anyone else?
Quick question. The River Mountain Loop Trail, is that city maintained? Is that a interlocal agreement? Is that part of Bootleg Canyon?
All of the above, honestly. So part of the River Mountain Loop Trail does go through Bootleg Canyon. It is a federally funded trail, which the portions that are in Boulder City are maintained by our Public Works Department. It does go through 3 jurisdictions, Boulder City, City of Henderson, and the Park Service. So it is a joint use trail. We do permit special events that go on the trail and coordinate with the other jurisdictions to make sure there's no conflicts.
Okay. Just one thing that I was told. There are 2 at-grade crossings, one in Boulder City with the rail line for the Southern Nevada Railway. Is there any, and I was just told within the last month that a train had an emergency stop because of bicycles crossing that path. Is there any outreach or any process that maybe help to, I know it's interlocal, it may have been people from Henderson, it may have been people from Las Vegas, but something to tell people not to be dumb around railroad tracks?
Yes, that's certainly something that we can do. I have not had any knowledge of that, so I'll get with the Public Works Department to see if they are aware of incidents and see if we can't get additional signage out there so that we don't have any issues.
Yeah, it's marked, so I don't know if what else could be done.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on to item number 7. This is commission reports. This is an opportunity for each of us commissioners to report on things in the community that we've heard or have specific input or something for the department. Anybody else have anybody want to start? Go ahead.
All right. Just a couple suggestions. The side door at the rec center, I don't know if the opening pressure, the tension for the automatic door is normal. It seems like that is a hard door to open from the outside without using the automatic button, especially for young kids trying to come in. I don't know if there's anything that could be done about that. Just a suggestion, maybe look into reducing that pressure. Went to an event at the ABC gym over the weekend. Saw a table with a sign that said broken may be careful for a folding table. So if we have equipment that isn't ready to be used in a normal way, maybe we need to take a look and make sure that we get rid of it instead of putting a sign on it. And then there were 2 doors at that gym also that had a sign with instructions on how to close it if it doesn't close properly. So I don't know if that's a public works work item that maybe can be take a look at to see if that's something that can be addressed or if that's the way it needs to be. And that's all.
Anyone else? I got two things. One, Director Callaway mentioned the 65th anniversary of the Boulder City Police Department. That celebration will be on Thursday between 4 and 7 p.m. in the parking lot adjacent to or between Escalante Park and the police department. I know there's going to be a pet adoption opportunity there, and there's some puppies, I believe. The horse-mounted unit will be there. Various police officers with static displays of their cars, and probably a canine officer. The Chief Shea, I believe, is going to do a little history discussion there, and if for no other reason, free tacos. See, everybody, I know they get there, and Pink Box Donuts will also be there for those interested in Pink Box Donuts, but free tacos on Thursday. Also, I think Director Callaway also mentioned the Beer Fest is going on in the park. That's always a great thing to do. And is the IPOF car show still happening? That's IPOF. It's the Injured Police Officers Fund, and they raise money for injured police officers. So if you get an opportunity to go and participate in their raffles and T-shirt sales and that kind of stuff, it'd be a great opportunity to help support the Injured Police Officers Fund. That's all I have. Abby or Sochi, do either of you have anything? They're shaking their heads no.
Scott, if it's okay, can I just mention 2 other special events that I want to
Yes,
make sure we promote? One is the Summer Bash that is coming up in May. This will be the 2nd year that the Parks and Recreation Department has hosted that. It is an event for families to come out and take a look at all the summer offerings that we have for kiddos, including art classes and the camps and Safe Key and swimming lessons and all things that the kids can keep them busy throughout the summer. We also provide the foam party for the kids to have fun and play in the foam, and then finish it off with open swim, free entry at the pool that afternoon, and that is on May the 17th. The Boulder City Fire Department will also be hosting a bike rodeo in conjunction with the bash, and they might be giving out some free helmets to participants. We also have the Easter
Fire
egg.
helmets or bike helmets?
Pardon me, bike
Right.
helmets. We also have the Easter egg hunt coming up in April. That will be at Wilbur Square. Again, Boulder City Parks and Recreation Department hosts that. Families and kiddos will have the opportunity to, of course, fill their Easter basket, and then they'll also be able to take a picture with the Easter Bunny. So that's also coming up April 12th at Wilbur Square. So I want to make sure everybody knows to come out and have fun at these family events.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any commission report information?
So just a reminder that for May, we are having our meeting earlier. It'll be the third Monday in May, so May 19th.
Very good.
But
Appreciate that.
I'll
Thank you.
remind
Thank you.
everybody as well, so.
I'm sure you will. Thank you. Move on to our last public comment. This, again, speakers have up to 3 minutes to speak, and this could be on, basically on any topic. Seeing no one in the audience for public comment, do we have any callers on the phone?
No, we don't.
And do we have any public comment or any written comment? Thank you. Anyone wishing to call in and speak may do so by calling 702-589-9629. And I'll give you a couple of minutes, maybe a minute, to dial the phone number, which is 702-589-9629. Again, this is the last public comment opportunity for the Boulder City Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. Callers wishing to make comment may do so by calling 702-589-9629. Yeah, hearing no public comment, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Meeting adjourned.